Okay. Well, my name is Adrie Wisman, and I am going to talk to you about Energy Knip. And Energy Knip is a pretty successful blockchain project in the Netherlands. And it is about incentivizing good energy-related behavior, but behavior in the general sense. Let me first introduce who I am and where I'm from. I'm from a non-profit foundation called Blockchainlab Drenthe. That foundation has the goal to share knowledge, experience, and insights about distributed ledger technology. And we do that for entrepreneurs, for students, schools, governmental bodies, etc. So it's very broad, and we are situated in the province of Drenthe, and they are a driving force for our blockchain lab. We're all here about sustainability. Right? And most of the solutions I saw were top-down, looking down the supply chain, etc. And we have a little bit of a different approach. There's this little problem. Not everyone is intrinsically motivated to save the planet. So sometimes you need a little bit different incentive. For instance, money. So we are having a solution that is bottom-up, right? So how can we get people to make their homes more energy efficient? Well, that's where it counts. The municipality of Emmen, which is in the northeast of Holland, came to us with a problem, and they wanted to engage with their residents of the city, and to help them, to nudge them to become more energy efficient. And our solution was very simple. It's not rocket science. We used purpose-bound money, earmarked money to help people, to incentivize people, to motivate people to become more energy efficient. And purpose-bound money is very, very powerful. Right? You can decide where that money can be spent, when it can be spent, by whom, etc. So you have money which is very targeted towards what you want to achieve. They came to us and they had a budget for making houses more energy efficient, and we made that purpose-bound money. They also had they wanted to know more of what's going on behind the doors of all these citizens, right? How do they perceive energy? How do they spend their energy? And are they aware of how much energy they are using? And how could we get them to make that less? So they asked us to provide a solution for these people to share information, but in an absolutely anonymous way, right? We're talking GDPR problems if you don't. So we designed that in our solution. And of course they said, yeah, well, all nice and clear, but we also want our local economy to benefit from that, right? We're putting in money, but it shouldn't go to Zalando or Amazon.com or whatever. We want that money to be spent here in our own town. So there were lots of boundaries we had for designing our app. And so we designed Energy Knip, and this is a knip. It's a wallet, a money wallet my grandmother used to have, and these two metal kissing buttons make that particular sound knip when you open or close it. So it's an energy wallet. And we use that knip, that app, to help these residents, and it is a tool in itself, right? Of course, you know that blockchain is a tool and not a goal in itself, although I know a lot of people that see it like that. Blockchain is a bit perceived as a solution looking for a problem, but we from Blockchainlab Drenthe are a little bit opposite. We are not also talking in the future we're going to do this and in the future we're going to do that. We make apps, solutions, applications which you can use today. So Energy Knip was born at the beginning of this year. We deployed it on January 11th, and it was commissioned by the municipality of Emmen, but within Interreg project BLING. And BLING stands for Blockchain in Government, which is a European project. They paid for it, and we developed it, and the municipality of Emmen deployed it in their city. And they deployed it to 50,000 houses at once. We did some tests, and we said, well, we want to first do it in a neighborhood, 2,000-3,000 houses or something. But the municipality said, no, then these people will have some advantage when we look at the rest of the municipality. So 50,000, go. This is an app, and in the app, nobody talks about blockchain, right? First rule of Fight Club, don't mention Fight Club, right? So we have a very simple app because we are targeting 18 to 88 years old, right? So the goals were to distribute subsidy money, to gain knowledge about the energy-saving measures in residential homes. People should be more aware, stimulate local economy, and yes, don't forget GDPR, because the municipality of Emmen is our biggest friend, and they commissioned this app, but they're also our biggest enemy, because a municipality knows everything about the people living in their town. So we had to take very good care about anonymity. And anonymity was done in this way. All the residents, all the houses in Emmen got a card like this. Every house has a unique QR code. And by scanning the QR code, you have a wallet on your phone. A unique key is in this, and we couldn't distribute this by mail, normal snail mail, because then there would be a spreadsheet with an address which has a QR code. You're not anonymous anymore. We couldn't send this by email, same thing. So these cards had to be distributed door to door, random, right? Only in that way you could stay anonymous. And we even encouraged people to do this with their neighbor before they activate it, right? Just switch, no problem. The municipality is absolutely not able to trace your answers back. And they had to answer 27 questions. It's only 3 minutes of work, but after answering these 27 questions, which were connected to this card, they received points. And we didn't actually call them coins, because coins, everybody thinks Bitcoin, right? So we use the term points. When you use points, everybody thinks Chibo, right? These points that you can collect for a new coffee maker or whatever. And it's only a few letters difference, but a whole different game between their ears. So every house in Emmen got a QR code, and this wallet could contain data and coins. The data was provided by the people living in the house. Do you have solar panels? Do you have a heat pump? Do you leave your television set on standby? Do you close your curtains in winter? These answers were stored in the wallet, and by pressing a button, this information was anonymously sent to the municipality. Now, everybody is used to sending all their information, all their data to Mr. Zuckerberg, and Mr. Zuckerberg gets very rich with that information, and you don't get anything in return. But the municipality of Emmen said, no, if you send us that data, you will get that 50 euros in your wallet. And with that 50 euros in your wallet, you could go to hardware stores. And it is purpose-bound money, so you could only buy LED lighting, a new thermostat, etc., energy-saving measures. Then you take that stuff home and install it and lower your energy bill. The hardware store would send these coins back to the municipality, and there's a little payment robot in between from the real bank account from the municipality of Emmen. They would get real euros on their bank account of the retailer. Like I said, not really rocket science, but it worked absolutely astonishing. This is about the privacy by design. Nowhere in the app, never is there a question about what's your name, what's your phone number, your email address, or whatever. It is absolutely anonymous. Now, we did that trick in 28 neighborhoods. And we made pseudo-random QR codes with which we could trace back this answer was provided by someone, some house, living in that neighborhood. So the municipality could say, okay, this neighborhood has less solar panels than that neighborhood. If we want to do a campaign, we better do it there. Or this neighborhood has more heat pumps than that neighborhood, or all kinds of stuff. So they could use it to improve future policy and improve communication to the residents. And that helped a lot. They want to, for instance, install a heat net in Emmen. And one of the questions is, how old is your heating system in your house? And so they know that in this neighborhood, the heating systems are older than in that neighborhood, right? So we better decide where we're going to put this heat net. Now, you cannot spend a blockchain project, you cannot spend all this energy which you want people to save on proof of work, right? So you cannot do this on a Bitcoin network or something because it would take, every transaction would take away 22.4 days of average electricity from a home. So we used IOTA. Very energy efficient, less energy per transaction than a bank transaction, and it is feeless. So yeah, these were the results. In 2021, they used paper vouchers, right? And in 7 months, only 16% of the money that was budgeted was claimed. Nobody used paper vouchers anymore. So we did Energy Knip, and after deploying on January 11th, 100% of the budget was claimed in 13 days. So 7 months was only 16%, and now 13 days was 100%. So the municipality of Emmen decided to double the budget, and that was gone in 11 days. It was very popular. We did all kinds of tricks. To give you an idea, we showed the balance of the municipality of Emmen in the app. People could see that ticking down, which would give them a sense of urgency. I better claim my money now because maybe in a week it'll be gone. So it was a win-win-win situation for the residents, who got 50 euros and a lot of awareness, for the municipality, who got a very efficient way to distribute their subsidy and the valuable information. The local retailers smiled ear to ear because they got a lot of revenue and new clients. And oh yes, the environment. Yeah, we saved a lot of energy in the houses, but also with the blockchain we deployed. That was the start of, for instance, another project we did in Parkstad. Parkstad is a region where there are about, I believe, 150,000 people living there, and there are 20,000 families who are in need of money to pay their energy bill. Energy is a lot of a high cost factor for these people, and the government set aside 5 million to be distributed to these 20,000 families, and they used Energy Knip for that. So people got a QR code on a letter, and then within 3 minutes after scanning the QR code, they could go to a hardware store and buy, with the money that was on that wallet, energy saving measures to lower their energy bill. Now, and one step further, that's the last thing, we said, okay, this is all one coin. You can do this with any quantifiable thing you want to distribute. If it's taxi kilometers for elderly people who have to go to the hospital, if it's a healthy food you want to distribute to neighborhoods where people are eating very unhealthy, anything you can quantify, you can use it for debt relief, social inclusion, whatever you want. And at the moment, we are also trying to deploy that in Germany here. So we are still looking for municipalities who want to experiment with their own coin in this way. I had a talk with the Bundesbank in Frankfurt last week about our project. They are very interested in Regionalwährungen. and our technology for that. So if you have any questions or remarks or ideas for municipalities, I would like to hear. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that very specific use case on energy. And before we jump into mobility, is there one question that can't wait until later on? Yes.
Yeah, maybe just shortly. Thank you very much for the presentation. It was super interesting to see. As I understood, this is just a temporary project, right?
I don't know what you call temporary, but the energy knip as deployed in Emmen was, yes, not infinite. That is until the end of this year, because it was started in January. But the vitality knip is, there is no time limit on that, and the energy knip with the 5 million is until next year, July or something. So we have purpose-bound money which is limited in time, but also which is infinite.
Okay. One more question.
One more question?
One more question. Yes.
Yes, so after the initial 50 euros that you paid out to all the inhabitants of the city, is there means to incentivize them in the following years to save more energy, and is this already built into your system?
Yeah, you can donate more money as a municipality into the pool that can be distributed, and you can ask other questions or use it for different purposes. So yes, it is very generally built, so you can reuse it for other projects also. Absolutely. And there is a lot of information to be retrieved by a municipality. They want to know so much things, and this is just a tool for that. Right? The one thing that is very new, which you might have noticed, the wallet is connected to a house, not to a person. If you look at it in detail, there's no person who owns that wallet. So if people move from the house, the wallet would stay in the house for the next owner. Now, I don't know how the judicial system in Germany is, who owns what, but a house owning a wallet with money in it is pretty new. Right? So people don't know how to work with that in a status of a law. So there are lots of nice things, new things that we do with that.